This summer more than ever, swap deals appear the way to go for clubs looking to do big business. Here are 10 pairs of players that could be trading places before the window is shut. Let's go. 10. Rabiot for Van der Beek. Just 10 months ago, Manchester United signed Dutch midfielder Donny van der Beek from Ajax for £35 million. Hopes were high as his performances for the Eredivisie champions pointed to a successful stint at United. However, the 24-year-old experienced a disappointing debut campaign in England, making just 4 Premier League starts and spending much of the season on the bench. Although in limited minutes, the Dutchman scored just once and assisted twice in 36 appearances across all competitions, and he's already being linked with a move away from Old Trafford. According to Calcio Mercato, the former Ajax prodigy is on the radar of Serie A giants Juventus. The Italian outlet reports that the Bianconeri could offer their own midfielder Adrien Rabiot in exchange for the Netherlands international. The Frenchman has failed to fully make his mark in Turin since making the move from PSG in 2019. Despite some impressive performances, racking up 7 goal contributions in 34 league games last term, the old lady are reportedly willing to let the 26-year-old go. Now, Rabiot may be a talented player, but United should be wary of this swap deal and look to integrate Van der Beek into the side on a more regular basis. Let us know in the comments if you agree. 9. Ndombele for Aouar. Long linked with Arsenal, Houssem Aouar is now attracting interest from their North London rivals Tottenham. Lyon were demanding €50 million for the Frenchman last year, but that's now thought to have been halved to around €25 million. The 23-year-old is keen on a move to the Premier League and, according to ESPN, Spurs have proposed a surprising swap deal with Tanguy Ndombele. The former Lyon man joined the Lily Whites for a club record €60 million in the summer of 2019, and after a slow start to life in England, started to show his quality. The 24-year-old made 33 league appearances last term, contributing 5 goals and completing 2.2 dribbles per game, the 6th highest in the Premier League. However, the midfielder's performances peaked in the early stages of the season, and with his form dipping, he started just once under interim manager Ryan Mason. Having so far failed to hit the heights expected of him, the French international could be tempted with a return to his former club, where he once lit up Ligue 1. But with Ligue 1 having failed to qualify for the Champions League last term and frankly having no money to play with, Ndombele should surely aim higher or simply stay at Spurs. Just before we move on to our next section, stop what you're doing and make sure you're liked and subscribed to Eurofootball Daily with that notification bell switched on. We put videos like these out every single day, so make sure you're there to enjoy it all. 8. Gil for Lamela. Staying in North London, where Tottenham fans probably can't believe their luck after Sky Sports reported they're close to signing Spanish wonderkid Bryan Gil from Sevilla, in a move that will set them back just €25 million plus Erik Lamela. In fact, this deal may be official by the time this video goes out. Last season, Gil dazzled on loan at Basque Minnows Eibar. The 20-year-old scored 4 goals and registered 3 assists, while his 3.9 shot creating actions per 90 proved the 8th highest in the entirety of La Liga. Almost untouchable at times, he dribbled past 78 players and completed 36 carries into the penalty area. Such performances have earned him the nickname Little Cruyff, and it had been reported Sevilla were trying to triple his €35 million release clause to fend off suitors. But Tottenham looked to have ruined those plans. For Spurs, the prospect of losing Lamela won't cause too much heartbreak. Despite being a loyal servant since joining in 2013, for all the majestic Rabonas, 27 goals in 255 appearances isn't exactly the return the Lily Whites were expecting, especially considering he scored 15 in his final season with Roma. Now 29, swapping the Argentine for one of the hottest properties in European football plus a modest fee makes perfect sense. 7. Rice for Abraham. Our next story could genuinely have some legs, after The Athletic reported that Chelsea transfer chief Marina Granovskaya wants to swap Tammy Abraham for West Ham star Declan Rice. Rice was infamously released by the Blues Academy at 14, before developing into one of the Premier League's most esteemed defensive midfielders with the Hammers. Last season, he completed the most interceptions of anyone in the division, posted a dribble success rate of 89%, whilst also managing 2.4 tackles per 90. And then at the Euros, he started all 7 matches as the 3 Lions surged to the final. Tammy Abraham was a noticeable absence from Southgate's squad. That came after Thomas Tuchel slashed his minutes at Chelsea, only using the 23-year-old 8 times in the league in 2021. With no goals in that period, a move away from the club appears the logical next step. A problem in this deal though could be the East Londoners' rumoured £100 million valuation of Rice. But West Ham do need a forward and the Blues are desperate for the 22-year-old to return, so let's wait and see what happens. 6. Maitland-Niles / Nelson for Maddison. It's no secret that Arsenal want Leicester City's playmaker James Maddison, but reports of a £60 million asking price for the 24-year-old appeared to squash any hopes of a move. However, it appears that Arsenal sporting director Edu has found a creative solution to this problem. According to the Daily Mail, the Gunners will offer fringe stars Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Reiss Nelson to Leicester, plus a cash incentive. And the Daily Mail believes Leicester are willing to negotiate around these parameters. Maddison fell out of favour at the King Power towards the back end of last season, despite scoring 8 and assisting 5 in the league. And Brendan Rodgers is said to want to add another wide forward to his squad. Reiss Nelson could fit that criteria, though he has hardly featured for the Gunners since impressing on a loan spell with German outfit Hoffenheim in 2018-19. With only 1 year left on his deal, the 21-year-old is almost certainly finished in North London. Whether or not Rodgers wants the versatile midfielder remains to be seen, but there are certainly foundations for a deal to be made between the two sides. 5. Bentancur for Pjanic. We all know what a disaster Miralem Pjanic's move to Barcelona has been. His big money swap deal from Juventus with Brazilian midfielder Romero has fallen flat on its face. As 12 months on, following no goals, 0 assists and just 623 minutes of La Liga football, Pjanic wants a return to Juventus. Mundo Deportivo in Spain even claimed the Bosnian is ready to take a huge hit on his €16 million a year salary in order to make that happen. The next piece of the puzzle could therefore be Rodrigo Bentancur, with Corriere dello Sport reporting in May that Barca and the old lady were in discussions over a swap deal involving Pjanic and the Uruguayan. Bentancur has obvious quality, maintaining a 90% pass accuracy and completing 3.5 tackles and interceptions. But after registering 0 goals and just 4 assists across last campaign, including less than 1 key pass per 90, there is a feeling the 24-year-old is surplus to requirements in Turin. We would be very surprised if this swap deal does actually materialise, but you can't put anything past Barca and Juve when they get into negotiations. 4. Dybala or Saul for Griezmann. Barcelona have found themselves in all sorts of financial problems, with the Catalan club unable to register new signings, having revealed debts earlier this year of €1.2 billion. They must therefore drastically reduce their wage bill, and one player they're keen to ship out is French forward Antoine Griezmann. The 30-year-old is the second highest earner at Barca, taking home an extortionate £345,000 per week. That said, the former Real Sociedad man had a solid season in Catalonia, scoring 13 and registering 6 assists in 36 league games, an improvement on the previous year, but still not enough to justify his salary. Griezmann is very much for sale then, and last week it was reported that Atletico Madrid were negotiating with the Blaugrana over a swap deal with Saul Niguez. The transfer was thought to be close, but has reportedly stalled after Barca demanded more money on top of the player. Koeman's side have now turned their attention to Paulo Dybala, as according to French newspaper L'Equipe, talks are ongoing over a potential trade with Juventus. The Bianconeri star missed 18 games last season through injury, but is 3 years younger than Griezmann and would demand a lower wage. Unsettled in Turin, it seems, the Argentine could soon link up with fellow countryman Messi at the Camp Nou. 3. Romero for Sanchez. Back to Tottenham now, who are reportedly trying to convince Atalanta's highly rated centre-half Cristian Romero to join keeper Pierluigi Golini in ditching La Dea for the Lily Whites. To sweeten the deal, Davinson Sanchez could be heading the other way in what would be a remarkable piece of business by the club's new sporting director, Fabio Paratici. Romero has been hugely impressive for Atalanta since signing from Juventus 2 years ago. They have consistently qualified for the Champions League with the Argentine around, while last season he won a massive 3.6 aerial duels and completed 2 tackles per match, and completed the 3rd most interceptions in Serie A. Davinson Sanchez meanwhile only appeared 18 times in the Premier League, enduring his worst season yet in North London. Now 25, the Colombian has struggled to live up to the €42 million fee Spurs paid Ajax for him 4 summers ago. While Sanchez could definitely do a job in Serie A, at present Romero looks like a significant upgrade. That said, transfer guru Fabrizio Romano has thrown doubts on whether or not Sanchez will be included in the deal, instead suggesting a straight €55 million fee could be paid for Romero. But either way, Tottenham have a lot to be excited about. 2. Koeman for Hudson-Odoi. One of the most decorated players in European football, having never gone a season without winning a league title, Bayern Munich winger Kingsley Coman is on the radar of many top European clubs. The Frenchman's contract does not expire until June 2023, but according to Sky Germany, he has rejected the club's latest offer and is keen on a move to the Premier League. This has alerted many English sides, and L'Equipe reports that Chelsea are stepping up their interest, as they're arranging a swap deal that could see 20-year-old Callum Hudson-Odoi move to Bavaria. The Bundesliga champions are reportedly now open to selling Koeman given their desperate need to balance the books. That's despite the 25-year-old experiencing his most productive campaign to date last term, with 8 goals and 15 assists in all competitions. Blues boss Thomas Tuchel is said to be a big fan of the former PSG star. And with Hudson-Odoi not thought to be part of the manager's plans at Stamford Bridge, making just 13 appearances under the German's reign last term, a swap deal plus cash could be on the cards. Bayern have long been interested in the Chelsea winger, and with Koeman's contract talks continuing to stall, don't rule this one out. 1. Icardi for Ronaldo. The future of 5-time Ballon d'Or winner Cristiano Ronaldo remains uncertain. The 36-year-old has just 1 year left on his contract at Juventus, and according to L'Equipe, could be heading to PSG this summer in a sensational swap deal that would see Mauro Icardi return to Italy. Ronaldo netted 29 in 33 league games last term, topping the Serie A goal-scoring charts for the second time. Although the Bianconeri want to keep hold of their frontman, who is worth a small fortune to his current employer in merchandising revenue, the Champions League's all-time record goalscorer reportedly has no plans of signing a new contract, and so a swap deal for Icardi, who's 8 years his junior, could make sense. Juve have long been interested in Icardi, stemming back to his days with Inter Milan, where he netted 111 goals in 188 games. The PSG striker has been underwhelming in France though, scoring 7 in 20 appearances last term, missing large parts due to injury. And he's not the only big name who could be leaving Paris this summer, with Kylian Mbappe yet to sign a new contract at the Parc des Princes. CR7 may have been born in a totally different decade to the Frenchman, but replacing one superstar with another would certainly soften the blow for the Ligue 1 runners-up. So those were 10 swap deals that could happen. Which one can you actually see materialising? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, make sure you're liked and subscribed to EuroFootball Daily with that notification bell switched on, and we'll see you next time.